Vision Express.
KUAM TV8, first on Guam. KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adahi Itano program. Apply at matson.com. Cars Plus, Guam's automotive leader in sustainability and electric vehicles. Learn more at carsplusguam.com. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
A heartbreaking update to a serious crash that happened right here a month ago in this busy street in Mangilao. I'm Julian Hernandez with the report as the community talks about the lives taken on Guam's roads this year.
And a man facing federal charges for stealing copper wire after trespassing onto military property admits guilt.
And flaring tensions during last night's Guam Education Board meeting. The board vice chair critical over how Guam DOE leaders inform the community whenever violence occurs on school property.
Hapada and good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Nick Delgado.
And I'm Destiny Cruz. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day.
Well, that's a sad start to our broadcast tonight. Heartbreaking as KUAM confirms the driver of a car involved in a serious crash in Manila last month has died.
Traffic investigators still looking into how it all played out. It happened on a busy street that many in the village report seeing crashes often. KUAM's Jolene Hernandez speaks with residents in the area who share their concerns and input on how they feel needs to happen to prevent another tragedy.
Guam police confirms the driver of the red sedan involved in last month's crash in Mangilao has died. It happened on along Route 10 in Mangilao near Uncle Cho's Mart. In total, the crash sent 5 people to the hospital. Police say the woman who died Tuesday remained in the hospital recovering from her injuries. She has not yet been publicly identified, and authorities are not yet saying that her death was a result of the crash. Investigators are first waiting for the results of an autopsy to confirm her cause of death. Still, the uptick in road deaths on the island had many voicing their fears, worried for their own safety whenever they are out on Guam's roads. Manila resident Hyo Kim works at the laundromat from across the crash site.
Especially this area on the road, I heard it's kind of a lot of accidents, especially when they're going out and then when they're going in and they speed up. Too much speed this area. I don't feel really safe, no, because I really have to stop completely and then there is no car either side, then that's the time I'm trying to go out.
A safety concern that this Manila resident echoes. He lived in the village all his life, recalling a time when car crashes along this stretch of road wasn't as frequent.
Not really. Way back, there's non-accident happening here. It's just, the new year that come in.
He believes drivers not following traffic laws and speeding is the root cause of why more crashes have been occurring.
People, they don't really slow down. They should obey the traffic, obey the speed limit, but they don't do that. You can see now, look at how fast these people are driving up. The speed limit is, I guess, is 35, but they don't follow it.
A call out to drivers to slow down. Aganya Heights resident James Barnhart adds part of the problem is the conditions of the roads.
How many people travel this road? And I see them speeding. But I don't think it counts to all of that being, or contribute to being the accident cause. People are moving. We need the roads to be safer.
He calls on government of Guam officials to act fast to do just that.
Most of these happen at night. Okay, so we have to narrow those things down. Yeah, lighting is horrible. I thought we had agreed that we were supposed to pay for those. The government was providing it and they take taxes from us, I understood at one time. I don't know if they still are. We need people to go in there who have the resources to actually investigate what is the cause. I'm not expecting, right now they're saying they're going to investigate. How many times people have died? And we're still having the same questions today.
The same questions that he and others here hope can come with answers and results soon, so that Guam can avoid another year with a high number of crashes that turn deadly. Julian Hernandez, KUAM News.
Our thoughts and prayers with that woman's family tonight.
Definitely. In other news, the Office of the Attorney General's latest initiative, a probe into roadway damages causing attorneys to clash. The AG's office investigating government of Guam agencies and management responsible for keeping our roads maintained and safe.
But the Department of Public Works Director apparent refusal to cooperate, leading to some accusations. Mitsuki Hirayama has more.
Threats of intimidation, investigation, and criminal prosecution. That's what the Guam Attorney General is accused of in a letter authored by Department of Public Works Director's legal counsel, Attorney J. Ariola. He's representing the director in a personal capacity. The AG recently launched a civil and criminal investigation into the Guam Waterworks Authority for failing to restore damages on public roads. Moylan says the poor upkeep has been costing taxpayers.
Custody of the government of Guam's roadways are with the Department of Public Works. GWA, apparently, most people are aware, do the service to their customers and receive a profit for fixing water leaks and sewer problems. And that's what our villages and the roadways have been experiencing for decades, literally.
Moylan concerned with the DPW director's apparent refusal to cooperate with the investigation, and he made it no secret, writing it out in a letter made public.
As my letter set forth, Assistant AG Tom Keeler was told directly by the director that he has an attorney and that he did not want to cooperate with our investigation to try to get to the bottom of what has broken in our government to cause DPW to not be protecting these roadways.
But Attorney Ariola contends in his letter that Moylan broke client-attorney privilege and abused his authority by making that conversation public. He says under Guam law, the AG is the director's attorney, and the assistant AG has been DPW solicitor for a decade. Moylan says otherwise.
The Attorney General of Guam and my assistants are not attorneys for any particular department when there's a violation of the public interest. And in this case, the allegation is that roadways may or may not have been properly maintained by the Department of Public Works to protect the people's right to the $1 million that were invested into those roadways.
Meanwhile, Ariola warns if the AG doesn't stop his alleged threats, his firm may pursue ethical misconduct charges with the Office of Regulation Counsel. Mitsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
In other news, a man who allegedly denied to police that he molested a 13-year-old girl he knows partially granted his request for evidence ahead of his criminal trial. 36-year-old Raymond Beck is charged with second-degree criminal sexual conduct. As KUAM reported, Beck allegedly molested the child after picking her up from school back in January. Beck asked the court for certain evidence, including police reports and records with personal information about the alleged victim. He also wanted the court to order prosecutors to exclude any evidence not handed over to defense. Superior Court Judge Maria Senzon partially granted his request for certain evidence and denied his request to have prosecutors exclude evidence.
A man admits to stealing copper wire from military property. Jeffrey Narita Lozama pleaded guilty to theft of government property in the District Court of Guam Tuesday. Court documents state Lozama and another man broke into U.S. Naval Communications Station in Radio Barrigada on January 27, 2019. That's where they cut copper cabling that they intended to sell at metal recycling facilities. The incident caused an emergency power outage. Now, the Navy reported the estimated cost and damages was about $45,000. Lozama is scheduled to be sentenced on March 19th.
A man wanted for questioning in connection to a shooting in Humatak self-surrenders to Guam police. 48-year-old Adrian Bernard Fajarin, arrested on suspicion of attempted murder, aggravated assault, use of a deadly weapon, reckless conduct, discharge of a firearm, and possession of a firearm without ID. It was late Tuesday. Police issued a wanted flyer searching for Fajarin in connection to a pair of investigations. It took several hours for police to investigate before making the arrest today. Officers say Fajarin allegedly admitted to shooting the victim several times out of anger. It happened back in August. The alleged victim survived the shooting, and authorities have since recovered the weapon. Fajarin is also arrested on suspicion of family violence, assault, and criminal mischief after allegedly admitting to a separate attack that involved a woman known to him.
Over in the CNMI, Governor Ralph Torres is set to appear in Superior Court on January 22, 2024 at 9 a.m. The new penal summons issued includes information on the charges brought by Assistant Attorney General and Special Prosecutor James Kingman. On Monday, Judge Arthur Barcinas asked Kingman to refile the charges to include that information after former Governor Torres' attorney argued that the original penal summons was improperly served. These charges included a count of attempt for failing to comply with the legislative subpoena while he was in office in December 2021. The second count is for misconduct in public office. Torres has denied the charges. Meantime, Torres' legal battle against the charges from the AG began in April 2022.
Over in Texas, a Guam woman indicted in a San Antonio district court in connection to a multi-million-dollar fraud scheme waived appearing in person before a judge and denied the allegations filed against her. As KUAM reported, 57-year-old Janet Yamanaka Mello is accused of allegedly stealing over $100 million in Army funds meant to help military children for her own benefit. The former Guam resident was a U.S. Army civilian employee working as a financial program manager at Fort Sam Houston when she allegedly used her position to submit fraudulent paperwork to funnel funds into her company. Trial is set for February 12th in San Antonio. She remains out on bond. Mello is facing charges of mail fraud, engaging in a monetary transaction, using criminally derived proceeds, and aggravated identity theft.
Well, justices in the Supreme Court of Guam dismissed the complaint filed against the Guam Department of Education by Pacific Data Systems Incorporated. PDS protested after GDOE awarded Teleguam Holdings LLC, also known as GTA, for telephone services and data transmission services. PDS alleging the winning company could not perform the services on time, that GTA's bid may include illegal surcharges, and that the bid did not conform with general exchange tariff.
But the High Court ruled in favor of GDOE and GTA, stating the Superior Court lacked jurisdiction over any action seeking equitable relief under the Procurement Code. Justices reversed and vacated an earlier order that granted PDS's request for preliminary injunction. In response to the decision, GTA President and CEO Roland Certeza tells KUAM, quote, "We're thankful for the Guam Supreme Court's expeditious decision and order in this case. This is a big win for GDOE, and the savings can be used to support other important educational needs for our community." Meantime, education officials are addressing a myriad of issues plaguing the local public school system.
Amid an uptick in student violence, and its Head Start program remains at risk of losing federal funding.
Potential threats to student safety and videos of school violence hitting social media first are raising passionate scrutiny about how the Guam Department of Education informs its stakeholders of potential dangers on campuses. Vice Chair of the Guam Education Board Maria Gutierrez advocating for a better way to communicate these situations with GDOE parents during this month's GEB meeting.
Stakeholders have to be informed. As soon as there's something at the school, regardless whether it's a real threat or not, the parents have to be informed because it's already out on the social media before the parents are saying, "Did you see this? My daughter goes to JFK, but she's a Simon Sanchez student. My son is at FB Leon Guerrero. They said there's a lockdown there."
The vice chair's critique comes in the wake of the recent riot at John F. Kennedy High School, where Simon Sanchez students engaged in fights during a double session on campus. The unfortunate incident captured and circulated widely on social media, depicting a disturbing trend of high school violence, with GDOE Superintendent Dr. Kenneth Swanson addressing both the broader scale and smaller instances.
Commonalities are alcohol has been involved in several cases. On 3 campuses, students came to school intoxicated. Others were drinking at school before engaging in fights. 2 campuses involving 3 student bodies have had larger scale fights or riots, as our regulations call them. In all cases, some participants are 18 years old and have been charged as adults. In some cases, details were not communicated to upper management and were discovered first on social media.
And while Swanson says steps are being taken to improve the flow of information from the building level up to GDOE headquarters to stay ahead and provide resources, Gutierrez recalls a time when communication was efficient.
During Mr. Fernandez's time, always on the chat, there's a bomb threat, there is a fire, this thing, and all the board gets to know about it. But for us, no, we have to wait for the news tonight at 6 o'clock to find out what's happening in our school system. The parents are worried whether their kids is gonna, all these things happening in the States. They're worried about their kids. So you need to let your deputies, your principal know whether it's just a picture and it's shown at the school. Inform the parents. Because if you're not a parent, maybe you don't worry.
It's a conversation to solve student violence that will continue with the island's Attorney General on December 27th. Meantime, the issue remains among the laundry list the Guam Department of Education is hoping to tackle. The GEB receiving GDOE's Head Start program's monthly report as its March 5th federal compliance deadline looms.
The fencing needs to be in the process.
So the fencing has to be done.
Right, because what is important is that the children must have an outdoor play area that's free, that's safe, and free from all that stuff. So that's
non-negotiable.
Right, the fence.
LAPE getting word that the bid for fencing should be open by January, followed by a contract issued by mid-January and installation by the end of February. She adds that procuring a playground apparatus should also be underway to meet the timeframe set forth. Other areas of deficiency being addressed include getting a second opinion on testing for lead in waters at Juan Guerrero, Machinao, and Weddingale Elementary School.
They will be testing J.M. Guerrero and Machinao, as well as Weddingale, the new classroom. So in July, we tested the first classroom and the cafeterias, and they passed. But now we have this new classroom and a sink is installed in there, so we will be testing it with this purchase order.
This is testing for lead in paint at PC Lujan Elementary, and the new Weddingale classroom are underway to include other improvements Head Start needs to make.
More new fees for the island's only public hospital. The Guam Memorial Hospital Authority announcing 48 new hospital fees during the fiscal year 2024 first quarter public hearing held last Friday. The increased rates are for 13 supplies under the Department of Interventional Radiology, 6 medicines under pharmacy, 12 test procedures under laboratory, 3 supplies from OR, surgery and recovery, and 14 supplies from special services. The public hearing was a short one as there were no public comments.
Would anybody from the public like to make any testimony right now? For the record, there is no response. We will now also solicit for any questions from the public who may have concerns about the fees presented at this public hearing today. Does anybody have any questions?
Chief Financial Officer Yuka Hejanova adding the public can still submit a written testimony to the hospital administrator or CEO within 5 days after that hearing. In this year alone, there were 410 new fees proposed, nearly double from last year. Remember the old public health main facility in Manilao? The building was abandoned after an electrical fire in November of 2019.
But now there's a proposal to turn it over to the Guam Community College for a much-needed new medical and health-related teaching facility. Nestor Lecanto reports.
Senator Tina Barnes is sponsor of the bill, which would transfer the more than 50-year-old building for public health to GCC.
We know that GCC, with all their programs, have run out of space, and this is an opportunity for the Guam Community College, the Department of Public Health, and even the hospital, for that matter, to come together, collaborate, and bring positive opportunities for students in the nursing industry, maybe even in the EMT industry and other healthcare industries to look at, so we can have successful program for our students and they can stay here and work here.
In a statement, GCC President Dr. Mary Okada said the vacant property will allow for the construction of a building that could house a variety of programs for much needed professions such as x-ray techs, lab techs, and nurse assistants. She says the concept includes a living lab to provide the students with hands-on experience in their fields while serving the community. But the existing building is old and in need of major upgrades. In fact, it was declared a fire hazard 4 years ago, which prompted public health to move out. Barnes says GCC has a plan.
We know that GCC has been very optimistic, and opportunities have come their way to build new facilities, have new programs, get new resources from Uncle Sam. And this is no different. I think that the opportunity is there to build more so that our students can learn and we can have more nursing in the healthcare industry. And it's something that we need tremendously.
The Barnes bill simply authorizes the transfer of the Manila property to GCC. It does not call for any local construction funding at this time. Nestor Lecanto, KUAM News.
Thanks, Ness. A South Korean airline is making an impact on Guam's tourism industry post-pandemic. Touted as Korea's #1 low-cost carrier, Jeju Air is expected to carry over 13,000 passengers in 2023 after expanding its day and night flights daily. Jeju Air claims 16.4% of total arrivals to Guam, ranking second only to United Airlines. It's also the biggest contributor among the Korean airlines.
Jeju Air will continue daily flights to Incheon and 4 times a week to Busan, with a projected increase in passengers for 2024. It services 34 airports worldwide and aims to connect passengers to various Asian destinations. The carrier also encourages local residents to explore affordable travel options, with plans to expand international routes from each Incheon and Busan hubs.
I'm down for that.
Yeah,
ready for a trip?
Definitely.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Time for a quick break, though, but keep it here.
You're watching KUAM, your leader in local news.
Peacock is streaming your NBC local station now.
A tip sending police.
Get your local news and weather.
Oh, definitely one of a kind.
At home or on the go.
Mitigation process.
Plus, your favorite NBC shows. From morning till night, live.
Welcome to Today. So good to have you with us.
You make a great team, huh?
And so much more.
Welcome aboard.
That was awesome.
All in one place. Streaming now on Peacock.
Tangy pickles, slivered onions, tender pork covered in our delicious barbecue sauce, and topped on a home-style bun. Behold, the McRib. It's not just a sandwich, it's an experience altogether. The McRib returns. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
In 2022, the all-electric Hyundai Ioniq 5 won the award for World Car of the Year. So, of course, the all-electric Hyundai Ioniq 6 just had to go out and win World Car of the Year for 2023. Because everyone knows how competitive sibling rivalries can be. World Car of the Year, 2 years in a row.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa, you can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Taco Bell is so good and so cheap.
I know, right? I wonder why.
What if they know we're broke? What if they're trying to be the good guys?
Ah. Thanks, Taco Bell!
Zoom Zoom! 'Tis the season for speed, and Docomo Pacific is putting prepaid customers in the fast lane. Starting November 3rd, 2023 to January 31st, 2024, every $5 prepaid card purchase from a participating store gives Docomo Pacific customers a chance to win a brand new Mazda 3. So load up at participating stores and drop off your entry to any Docomo Pacific retail store. Docomo Pacific, better together. Some conditions apply. Visit DocomoPacific.com for details.
What you need to know from the Northern Marianas. Follow KUAM CNMI on Instagram for the latest regional headlines.
Welcome back to Primetime. Just 4 weeks until the 2024 primary season kicks off. And in one key battleground, President Biden is getting big warning signs from a group that helped him win in 2020.
Shaquille Brewster spoke with 2 young voters in Wisconsin.
I voted for Biden, and I told my friends to as well.
Evan McKenzie is a Starbucks worker and union organizer in Madison, Wisconsin, who cast his very first presidential ballot for Joe Biden.
Do you plan on voting for him this time around?
No, not anymore.
The 23-year-old was part of the surge in young voters in the liberal Dane County that helped Biden flip the battleground state 3 years ago. He's now angry at the president over his support for Israel's invasion of Gaza.
He is allowing this war to happen and is funding this war. I don't know what will happen if I don't vote for him, but I know it won't be me supporting that.
In 2020, Election Day exit polls showed young voters backed Biden over Donald Trump by more than 20 points. But a recent NBC News poll shows former President Trump leading this group by 4 percentage points, and President Biden at risk of losing a key part of his winning coalition.
Do you plan on voting for him in November?
I don't know.
60% of young voters say they oppose more funding and military aid to Israel.
On climate, on COVID responses, you could tell his administration were doing really great work. But I think after October 7th, the question became a matter of human rights.
Republican presidential candidates have also vocally supported Israel's campaign against Hamas, but it's President Biden's young progressive base that's been increasingly sympathetic to Palestinians.
Did all of you vote for Biden in 2020?
Yeah.
Yep.
Supporting Mr. Biden is a conversation, sometimes a debate, that this group of Wisconsin friends say they are now having regularly.
He has the largest infrastructure bill since Eisenhower. I mean, that's a huge thing.
Not enthused. I'd say overall I feel very pragmatic and strategic about it.
In 2020, I looked at Biden like a used car. Like, it will disappoint me. It's not going to have leather seats, and it's not going to have all the stuff that I want. But I mean, hopefully it'll get me from point A to point B. And I think he did that.
An easy choice for some.
What's the best argument that you have for young voters to support Joe Biden?
The other guy is way worse.
It's that simple.
I think it is.
Young voters who can tip the balance in 2024 already weighing their options. Shaquille Brewster, NBC News, Madison, Wisconsin.
Nevada is proving itself as a key battleground state with a visit from former President Donald Trump in Reno.
Audrey Mayer reports.
Hello, Reno. We love Reno. And very special people.
Former President Trump in an 80-minute speech focusing on border security, foreign relations, crime, and attacking his Democratic rival, President Joe Biden.
We are then going to crush crooked Joe Biden. He is a crooked, horrible president.
Mr. Trump promising to reimpose his travel ban and complete the largest deportation operation in history, while also perpetuating the big lie.
The radical left Democrats rigged the presidential election of 2020. We're not going to allow them to rig the presidential election of 2020.
Former President Trump's visit comes just 11 days after 6 Republicans were indicted by the Nevada grand jury for a fake elector scheme, falsely declaring that former President Trump won Nevada's 6 electoral votes in 2020. Among the accused, Nevada GOP chairman Michael McDonald.
You don't need February 6th. That's for the Democrats. February 8th.
Trump's loyal supporters waiting in line for hours outside the Reno Sparks Convention Center, some even traveling from out of state. Do you believe Trump won the 2020 election?
I know he did.
Yes, ma'am, I do, with 100% accuracy. Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe Trump won the 2020 election? Yeah. In his remarks, Trump points out early polling data suggesting he is performing historically well for a Republican among Black and Hispanic voters, which could be the tipping point in this swing state, as Nevada is around 26% Hispanic or Latino and 3% Black. Democratic U.S. Congresswoman Dina Titus releasing a statement ahead of the event, saying in part, from pushing the big lie and promising to ban abortion nationwide to pledging to rip away health care and hand out tax breaks to corporations while leaving workers behind, Donald Trump is running on an extreme unpopular agenda that Nevadans have rejected again and again.
Well, there is no place like home for the holidays, and that's especially true for families that haven't been home in a long time.
As Mike Bush reports, one family at St. Louis Children's Hospital for almost a year, but they just got the best Christmas gift ever.
At St. Louis Children's Hospital, the chorus of medical machinery
is often the melody of hope. And in the neonatal intensive care unit, metronome-like monitors keep time with the fragile heartbeat of little Evie Statler.
She says, I'm beautiful. Oh. She's been in the hospital in the neonatal intensive care unit her whole life.
Born prematurely in March at just 23 weeks, doctors in Cape Girardeau rushed to save both mom and baby.
It was very scary. Getting rushed back to OR, I wasn't sure if I would make it or if she would make it.
It all happened so fast, it's kind of like a dream a bit.
Or a nightmare.
A nightmare.
Evie weighed just 14 ounces at birth. To give her the best chance, she was transferred to Children's.
You big girl.
Where Dr. Melissa Riley would be her guide through the storm.
It's one thing to survive, but survive without complications, that's even more rare. The lungs are often very immature, the intestines are very immature, very prone to infection because the immune system is very immature. Oh.
In the chaos of the months that followed,
He's so cute.
Evie's dad found solace in a therapy not found in medical textbooks. He paints his emotions on canvas.
Through good times and bad times, I've always used painting as kind of, you know, my crutch or whatever.
In fact, one of his paintings was accepted and is now on display at the 39th Annual Art St. Louis exhibition. It's titled Waiting for Her Arrival, which he says signifies hope.
When you're expecting someone special to come to your home, you know, you kind of tidy it up. You know, you put the flowers in the vase and then you just wait for them to arrive. And so that was like a hope.
And now that hope isn't just a wish.
Whoa.
It's taking root.
What we've seen over the last several weeks is this slow, steady, beautiful progress, and her development is blossoming.
The family just unwrapped an unexpected Christmas present. Dr. Riley told them that Evie can go home for the holidays.
We've been doing this for the better part of the year, and for the timing to line up with Christmas, it's like symbolic almost, like, yeah, she is our gift.
For 9 months, the Statler family has been on a harrowing ride of emotions, but now they're poised to get off the roller coaster with tears of gratitude for the doctors and nurses.
We wouldn't be here without them. They feel like a second family to us, and they're amazing. They've been a light in our lives. See, look, I got all this love behind me.
There are still challenges ahead for little Evie.
He's so big and strong.
But this family is brushed with hope, painted by resilience, and cherishing what they believe is a Christmas miracle.
It'll be the best Christmas gift to have her home.
Mike Bush, NBC News, St. Louis.
Back over to this part of the world, 14 CNMI nonprofit organizations receiving an early Christmas gift from Bridge Capital and the First Lady Wella Palacios Foundation.
Regional correspondent Tomas Minglotnio reports on the major donation to major causes on Saipan.
On behalf of Bridge Capital, working very closely with the First Lady's Foundation, Bridge Capital would like to make a donation to the First Lady's Foundation of $50,000, and we're going to distribute probably 60% of it today or thereabouts, and the rest will remain with the foundation for good works and support throughout the year.
It's a gift in time for Christmas. Several NMI nonprofit organizations received a big check for their efforts to fill in the gaps in the community. First Lady Wella Palacios.
I wish to extend our sincere appreciation to Bridge Capital for their generous donation to the various nonprofits through the First Lady Foundation. As we all know, Bridge Capital has been doing this for many years, helping our community in providing different services and programs.
I know that there are gaps in services and programs and initiatives that the government cannot really provide, and so it's through you guys.
The checks range from $1,000 to $5,000. KUAM spoke with a few of the 14 recipients after the ceremony. The Marianas Alliance of Non-Governmental Organizations received $2,000.
It means a lot. You know, we help out the nonprofit organization as an umbrella organization, and so every little bit counts.
Tossie to Table received $1,500 for its programs.
Our program is all geared towards the students of the program, so this is a really big help for our organization. We have an 8-month program that we teach students life lesson skills, and that's something that's not taught into the school system. And we know that not every student will go to a 4-year college after they graduate, so this will help showing the students what's available on island, whether it be getting your 6-pack boat captain's license and transporting tourists back and forth to Managaha, or they take up a career path within the natural resources.
Friends of the Jotenkizu Public Library received $2,500 as the library turns 32 this year.
The donation means a lot to the library. It'll go towards our programs and activities at the Jotenkizu Public Library. The foundation, the Lady Wella Foundation, actually, we're very thankful for selecting the library. This week we're celebrating our anniversary, so all proceeds donated towards the friends actually comes back to the library.
Tomas Manglonia, KUAM News, Saipan.
Thanks, Tomas. Now to some holiday news. Marine Corps Camp Blaz says package delivered. It's a busy week as the Toys for Tots campaign is in full swing in the Marianas.
This week, Marine Corps Base Camp Blaz was able to send 1,000 toys from Guam to Rota and Tinian through Micronesian Air Cargo Services. The Rota and Tinian mayor's offices will prepare the toys for distribution to families. Over on Saipan, Marines have begun spreading Christmas cheer, recently dropping off toys to the Sinamai Hospital, Caridot Charity, and Tanapeg Youth Center. Meanwhile, community organizations will be having a toy distribution drive-through as part of the campaign this Friday, December 22nd, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the American Memorial Park on Saipan. Since it's the middle of the week, it's time for Holiday 101, our roster of useful tips to help you get the most out of this season.
Tonight, Jason Salas speaks with the experts at Coast 360 to let you all know how to avoid scams while out shopping for gifts.
Holiday 101 is presented by Coast 360 Federal Credit Union.
Holiday 101 coming to you on location today from Coast 360. We are in Mighty, everybody. I have my friends Janelle and Deanie from the bank. Thank you, ladies, and happy holidays to you both.
Happy holidays. Thank you for having us.
Okay, we are doing an absolutely action-packed, information-packed episode today. Completely legitimate information about, ironically, stuff that is a little bit on the shady side. Scammers, and they really, Janelle, hit people and they really capitalize on people's vulnerability during the holiday season.
Yes, that's for sure.
Okay, so Deanie, what should people know to start generally about what types of scams there are and what we should look out for this holiday season?
So there's all types of scams, from gift card scams to phishing, clicking on social media, or just giving your credentials unknowingly. There's all different types of ranges.
You got to stay sharp when you browse the web, when you're on an app and everything like that. And most people just think, okay, if it lands in my spam filter, anything in my inbox is good. But things still, Janelle, tend to slip through the cracks nowadays.
Yes, for sure. So we have a lot of phishing emails that go around, and it would be something simple as reset your password by clicking this link, and that will start the process of a scam. And a lot of people fall for it, unfortunately, but that's one thing to look out for.
Okay, so speaking of that, what are some of the telltale signs or just some generalities of things that may be like, as the Gen Z kids say like a little sketch?
So to first start off, when you receive an email, a very first sign is they don't, it doesn't say for dear member's name. It'll say, it's very generic. Dear member, click the, can you please go ahead and reset your information? So when you're thinking about that, you have to go back and think, well, did I recently lock myself out my account? Or we will never reach out to you for personal information. So you just have to be mindful. And if you're ever doubting that, definitely give us a call or call your financial institution just to ask further questions, just to kind of make, rather be safe than sorry.
Okay, how about some other things, because I mean, we're talking about like obviously online and electronic means of scamming people and like really, catching people off guard. There are a lot of people who do this stuff like in real life too, and they may place fake phone calls, or they may, just set up some campaign to really, like I said, really catch you sleeping.
Yeah, so a lot of the things that we used to see, and it's not common as much now, but it has happened where like you'll receive a call that you've like want to cruise. So they'll call you like, oh, you want to cruise? We just need all this information to get you started. Another thing to look out for, just to go back to the phishing emails, is the email address that it's coming from. A lot of the times phishing emails, the domain of the email doesn't match where it's coming from. So that's the #1 thing to look out for as well.
So maybe if you put your mouse over the link, and I mean, you don't have to be like, have a PhD in computer science to basically say if the URL on the bottom of your browser doesn't match up with the one, that's probably a sign that, it's something you want to avoid.
As well as the padlock on the URL. So whenever you see a padlock, I believe it would be like on the URL on the top. That's a for sure sign that it's a secure site, that you're good to go on and do your business on shopping or whatnot.
Okay, and Deanie, these days everybody's on social media, everybody's online, old folks, kids, and everything. What should young people who go around and like they want to buy a really nice Christmas present for grandma, or they want to get something nice for their sibling, what should they look out for?
So you want to make sure that you are reaching out to a reputable website, especially social media nowadays. The scammers make the websites look very real. And what we recommend is to just go to the URL and type in the actual website that you're purchasing from. As Janelle mentioned, make sure you see that padlock. It means it's secure. And then you'll be able to look your merchant that way. But we never recommend purchasing items strictly from TikTok or Instagram or social media or Facebook, any social media, because that's a very unfortunate way to get your information. So.
What types of questions bubble up from your customers and the people that are your clients and everything about, things that are happening, or, how you can keep me safe?
When it comes to us, we never, we would never call them, or we're never asking for personal information. And if we're calling our members, it's always for something that we need, information to protect them. And then also, we never provide any information to other members that doesn't, if it doesn't involve them. You're very secure, and then we have our ways of verifying our members.
Okay. And now, as a fail-safe measure, I know there are things that the bank already does. If I don't click on any links, if I didn't even receive an email, say if somebody out there makes purchases with my credit card, like if it's on the dark web, knock on wood for that. But if they do that, you guys actually have my back.
Yes, for sure. If you're, there's ways that you can report your card just by monitoring your online account. Just look at your transactions. Of course, if it's not something that you are expecting, then you can report your card lost and stolen, and we can assist you with getting a dispute started with that.
Okay, so let's wrap up there, because I like how you said report, and you guys are here all the time here at this wonderful facility here in Mighty. You guys stand ready to answer any questions that people may have and keep people like me safe. I'm a nerd, right? So that means two things. Like, I'm neurotic and I'm paranoid. Right? I would like somebody to come to if I have any question at all and I said, this seemed a little weird. Who can I reach out to?
You can definitely reach out to the contact center. Our number's on our website. We have our contact us page as well as on our website. Or you could even walk in and, anybody here, we love helping our members, and we're here 100% to support and protect our members.
I agree with what Janelle said. We're always here. We even have members who they get a little frustrated sometimes when our fraud center reaches out to them to verify transactions, but it's our due diligence to make sure that we're protecting our members, and even if that's verifying certain transactions, turnaround, they're very thankful for that, of course.
Yeah. Okay, by no means are we saying that technology is not cool. I mean, the technology is our friend if used right. Unfortunately, the folks here at Coast 360 are making sure that we do just that. So what measures do you guys have that we can possibly be informed about when suspect activity happens, or, we can be kept in the loop?
Yes, for sure. So we do have our card control app as well as our My Card Rules app. Those two apps are for our debit cards and our credit cards. This app does provide our members the option to turn off their cards. They can turn off certain merchant types that they don't want to go through. They can even set limits on their cards, daily limits as well.
That sounds like something that, Deanie, that a parent would maybe want to apply for their kids, because their kids may get like a little, trigger happy when it comes to buying presents with a card. There's, hey, Mom, can I buy your card? Next thing you know, it's like, oh boy.
Yes, absolutely. It's a great way just to keep on top of what you're spending, and of course what your child is spending as well. You want to make sure that you're catching it at the moment that it happens, as opposed to waiting and finding out later that unfortunately someone has spent your hard-earned money.
And so, ladies, we wish you and all of the folks here at Coast 360. Man, you guys have a beautiful office.
Thank you so
That's a wonderful place to work.
Yes, we love it here. I love it here. I've been here for quite some time, and I love it here.
Very, very cool. Well, the job you do certainly is very, very necessary when it comes to financial transactions and keeping people like us safe, especially during the holidays. So thank you, ladies, and happy holidays to you and your staff here.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
All right, Holiday 101 coming to you from Coast 360 here in Maite.
Holiday 101 is presented by Coast 360 Federal Credit Union.
Now for a look at your world at home. Here's a view captured of the festive holiday setup at the Naval Base Guam headquarters.
This view plus more Christmas Chamorro music streaming now on Isla Digital Radio.
Triple treat box, 3 layers deep, 10 Cinnabon mini rolls to eat, 5 breadsticks, and a pizza plus another pizza. Triple treat box, only from Pizza Hut.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
New chicken nuggets from KFC?
Everybody's gonna want these. Let's eat these inside.
Try new Kentucky Fried Chicken Nuggets. You've never had nuggets like these.
Are you ready to drive into the future? Introducing the all-new BMW i Family, Guam's only all-electric luxury vehicle. Be a part of the electrifying future with the all-new BMW i Family. Now available at Atkins Kroll.
Today, my name is Specialist Pilot. I just want to say I love you to my families and friends back home in Guam, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Viva Guam!
Alpha Day, my name is Sergeant Saliva from Alpha Company 1st 294 Infantry Regiment. I just wishing my family, friends a happy holiday, and I'll be back home soon. Hooah!
Alpha Day, I'm D. Sergeant Camacho from Alpha Company 1st Platoon. I just want to wish a safe and happy holidays to my family and friends.
These special season's greetings from our troops are brought to you locally by KUAM Communications, bringing families together.
Zoom zoom! Tis the season for speed, and Docomo Pacific is putting prepaid customers in the fast lane. Starting November 3rd, 2023 to January 31st, 2024, every $5 prepaid card purchase from a participating store gives Docomo Pacific customers a chance to win a brand new Mazda 3. So load up at participating stores and drop off your entry to any Docomo Pacific retail store. Docomo Pacific, better together. Some conditions apply. Visit DocomoPacific.com for details.
At Bank of Hawaii, nothing's more important than the peace of mind knowing your hard-earned savings are safe and secure. So you can send a child down the aisle or a grandchild on the graduation trip of a lifetime. To help you save more and earn more, Bank of Hawaii is raising the APY on a new 6-month CD special to 5% with a minimum qualifying deposit of $25,000. So trust your savings to one of America's most trusted companies, Bank of Hawaii.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Taco Bell is so good and so cheap.
I know, right? I wonder why.
What if they know we're broke? What if they're trying to be the good guys?
Ah. Thanks, Taco Bell!
There it is. My dad went EV.
It's electric. Don't be shocked.
The guy who's eternally locked out of his email is going EV. Ooh. Nice car.
Actually, it's an Ev. Rhymes with Kev. Look, EVIP parking.
I get it. You think they don't charge fast enough or go far enough.
Up to 80% charge in 18 minutes. Range? Heck, we could go to Mexico.
Are you Kevin Bacon?
But EVs aren't going to stop being a thing. Look at the Ioniq 6.
Maca mushroom frap for Kevin.
So just make the leap already.
Okay, watch this. Blue or red? Blue light, red light. I can also make it play nature sounds if you want.
Let's just drive.
Introducing the all-electric Hyundai Ioniq 6 with up to 360-mile range. When it comes to EVs, we're thinking of every mile.
Hafa Guam, I'm Captain Cheryl Padilla.
And I'm First Sergeant Mono Regalik with Alpha Company 1st 294 Infantry Regiment, currently serving in the CENTCOM AOR.
We want to let you know that your soldiers are doing an outstanding job with the mission. I'm pretty sure they're missing home during the holiday seasons, but with your prayers, your love, your support, they're allowed to focus on the mission at hand.
They continue to represent the island well with a holiday spirit and with respect and dignity.
On behalf of the command team, we'd like to wish you all a
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Viva Zuzu!
Viva Guahan!
These special season's greetings from our troops are brought to you locally by KUAM Communications, bringing families together.
I'm hearing sleigh bells, twinkling lights. I waited all year, baby, just to see that sleigh flying through the night. All of the lights, all of the fun, all of us here, all of us won the greatest party you ever did see. I'm hearing sleigh bells, twinkling
The magic of Christmas is alive and well, and that is the theme of a parade that's going to be happening. The governor's office is bringing it to us, and it's going to happen on Thursday, the 21st, at 7 p.m. at the Guam Museum. Make sure that you head down, because we are going to put on an amazing party. And when I say we, I mean, it's not like I work for the governor's office, but I'm saying we as an island community are going to make the magic of Christmas happen for you. Fun for kids of all ages. The Guam Homeless Coalition needs your help. So if you have the capacity to pass out surveys and you want to make sure that we can account and make a proper tabulation of all of the people that have non-permanent housing on Guam, please get in touch with the Homeless Coalition because they need your effort. And thank you for serving our island by doing so. And on January 27th, I know it's a ways off, but up there in the CNMI, they're holding a very, very worthwhile event. It's the Saipan Chamber of Commerce presenting the Hapade Jantiro Gala. They're partying way after New Year's Day. That's how they do it up in the 670. And if you want to hang out with them, Kensington Hall celebrates the annual Business Person of the Year for the CNMI. Back to you guys.
It's birthday wishes time.
Here's your Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club shoutout submitted on KUAM.com.
All right, guys, we've been waiting all week to give these amazing birthday greetings. So happy birthday on the 20th of December. First of all, to Darby Samala, our very own here at KUM. Everybody knows Darby. Everybody loves Darby. You got that smile that lights up a room. You got a laugh that you can hear from 3 villages away. Darby is an amazing person, and we all love her. And Darby, we hope you have an absolutely beautiful and bright birthday, as positive as you always are. We love you, Darbs. And equally loved is Kalua San Augustine, who celebrates happy 5th doggy birthday today. This is KUAM Pet. This is awesome. So Lula, your family is very proud of you, and we hope you get something wonderful to eat and have an amazing birthday. So Darby and Lula, today is your day, and we celebrate you.
Happy birthday, Darbs and
Happy
Lula.
birthday. Have the best day ever, guys.
That's your primetime show. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Nick Delgado.
And I'm Destiny Cruz, the beautiful Guam.